Guess who finished playing Fire Emblem? It was me. I did it. I have played through all 4 routes, because there are 4 routes in 3 houses, and I played the side quest. So it is time to go over my definitive list of what order you should play the routes in, or at least which route you should play first, because now that I have played through all of them, and I've gotten a lot of support conversations, maybe not quite all the support conversations, because sometimes it's really hard to get all the mixy-matchy going on. Most of the support conversations, I know almost all of the story, including the side quest information, which, by the way, can we just say, them canonically making Blythe 21 in the side quest really undermines a lot of the really careful, oh, we don't know the age, so it's not quite so creepy if you're trying to date like Lysithea, who's definitely too young for you if you're 21, so nobody better be dating Lysithea or Cyril, who are way too young for you, not to mention all the other children who are way too young for you. Anyway, I digress. Fire Emblem Three Houses. There are 3 routes you can choose at the beginning, and the 3 heroes you can choose between are Edelgard and the Black Eagles, Claude and the Golden Deer, and Dimitri and the Blue Lions. After playing all of the houses, I strongly feel that you should not choose Dimitri or Edelgard as your first route. And I will go into why, but mostly it's because, and I did choose Claude as my first route. Maybe I'm biased, maybe, but Claude is by far the best house leader. Claude is lovely, and everyone in that house is lots of fun, even Lorenz, who's a bit annoying, even Hilda, who although she's annoying, kicks more butt than any other character. Just make her a tank, send her in, she'll take down the Death Knight by herself. Don't need any dark spikes when you've got Hilda going in. They're by far the most fun house. Everyone is pretty happy to be here. We're all up for a little mischief. We're all up for a little scheme and really interested in figuring things out. Claude is so interested in figuring out everything that's going on in the past, at the monastery, all over. You learn so much. I learned so much more about the game and about the world playing the Golden Deer route as my first route than any of my friends who chose any other routes as their first route. Going in, I had so much information, and also the route is extra long. There are extra things to do that you are not going to be doing on either Edelgard or Dimitri's route. So if you want to just play it through once and have the best experience, Golden Deer. If you are coming into Fire Emblem for the first time and you want to just have a good experience and really get to know Fire Emblem as a thing and enjoy your house leader, Golden Deer. If you're really experienced and you want to kind of kick things up a notch and really get into the gameplay and have some harder things, Golden Deer. In all circumstances, I feel like Golden Deer is the right choice. And another reason for that is that when you run into Claude after the time skip in the other routes, everyone wants to be friends with Claude. That's not going to be true of Edelgard or Dimitri. If you're not on their route, things are going down with them. But everyone wants to be on Claude's side. Everyone likes Claude. Claude is stable. He is mentally sound. He has a goal. He's going to achieve it. He's very based on Earth. He's in this time period. Like, he is there. And he's going to be there whether or not you choose his house. So it's a really good baseline to be with the most stable of the house leaders. You are just going to have the best possible time, and you're going to get the most backstory and have a much clearer idea of which house you want to do next. I do think the game is meant to be played twice rather than 4 times. There are some repeated things. For example, if you do Claude's route, the Golden Deer, you should do Edelgard's route, which means choosing, when a choice comes up, choosing that choice. There are 2 routes within the Black Eagles. One of them is named the Church route and one of them is Edelgard's route. You are given the moment within the game where you get to choose. There are 2 times. You must choose the first one to activate the second one. When you choose that, you branch over to Edelgard's route. I believe if you do Golden Deer, Edelgard's route would then be the most complementary other route to do. It's much shorter, you get a lot more the darkness. So if you're gonna do just 2 routes, those 2, or, and I hesitate to say it, if you must, because I don't feel like you should, the other 2 complementary routes are the church route, which is doing Edelgard's route with the Black Eagles and then not choosing to go the other way when it gives you the option, and then playing the Blue Lions. Although I do feel as though playing the Blue Lions then gives you more information about Edelgard. So, okay, so we've already played Golden Deer. We've put that out of the way. Way most fun route. Had a good time with that. Now we're going back in. We want to get into some darkness. If you're going to play all 4 routes, I would recommend playing the Blue Lions next. And I would recommend that because I played Edelgard's route next. And I felt like when I played the Blue Lions, they gave me a lot of information that would have made things make more sense on the Black Eagle route. Blue Lions is a tough one. It was actually my least favorite route. And that is because everyone has trauma. Everyone has a brother complex. Lots of death has happened. A lot of trauma has recently happened and everyone is stuck there. 4 years ago, horrible things happened. Everyone in that house is stuck 4 years ago. And you're gonna spend a lot of time just wishing there was some therapy for everybody, kind of having to be the therapy but not having enough options. Dimitri, to me, became unredeemable at one point, and you can't even marry Felix's hot dad, which really, what's the point? Blue Lion route is by far the saddest route, and you are going to be stuck in the past. All you're going to learn about on that route is what happened 4 years ago, because that's all anyone's fixated on. It's a very short route comparatively to the Golden Deer, and it also is going to demonize people the most. You're going to see the worst sides of everyone, I think. You definitely see the worst side of Dimitri on that route, and that's saying a lot because you see him as pretty bad when you play on the Golden Deer route as well. You're going to see the worst side of Edelgard, which when you play on her route will kind of make more sense. But I also think playing Blue Lions before you play Edelgard's route will keep you from having too much sympathy for her, because what she is planning, pretty wrong too. I will say Blue Lions have all the best characters. I pretty much recruited most of the Blue Lion house into every single one of my gameplays. Like Mercedes is by far the best healer. With her Fortify, that's all you need. You just fortify your whole way down the field. Just stick her in the middle, bam. All right, let's move on. Spoiler alert, we're talking about the Black Eagles. If you haven't played any route yet, this is going to contain spoilers. It has to contain spoilers. Her route is the thing that changes everything. So be warned, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, listen to just the first half, start with the Golden Deer, you'll understand and you can come back to this video. The last is Edelgard's route, which branches into 2. I will talk about them in the order I think is better to play them, and that in my opinion is the way that I played them, and that's to do Edelgard's actual route first. This means you won't be the bad guys. So Edelgard's route, you choose to side with Edelgard, and there are going to be things that perhaps you don't agree with. Her vision and what she's trying to accomplish, I'm gonna be honest, both Black Eagles routes feel like she's right. She is trying to twofold change the world. She wants what has always been to kind of be no more. She thinks that humans deserve the chance to live on their own merits. Now, in a way, it sounds kind of like what Claude wants. Dimitri doesn't want anything. We're gonna go with that. Dimitri needs therapy. Claude wants equality in the country for everyone. Edelgard also sort of wants this, but she wants it in a completely different way. And she has good reason for thinking that her method is going to bring about the change that she wants. And you're going to learn about that more and more, especially if you choose her route. And you're going to have to kind of go into it trusting Edelgard. Her route is much shorter and it is going to take a drastic turn. You're going to leave the monastery for a while, which is going to be very different from the other routes. You're going to face people you wouldn't expect and people who are really against you. And also, on Edelgard's route, Dimitri is thriving. Dimitri is having his best life after the time skip. No other route is Dimitri gonna be doing so well. Boy has both his eyeballs. All I'm saying, Edelgard's route, if you want Dimitri to be happy, you're gonna have to play Edelgard's route and then kill Dimitri. But you know, it's how it goes. You learn a lot about why she's doing what she's doing. You learn a lot about, more spoilers, that she was tortured. I would definitely recommend recruiting Lysithea into the route because you will understand more about what's going on with Edelgard if you also have all the support conversations with Lysithea. Also, Lysithea is strong. Why wouldn't you recruit her every single time? She's one of the strongest characters. I didn't even mention her before. Girl be really freaking strong. One of the best mages. She might be the best mage. She's the best mage. She can also take down the Death Knight. One stroke kill. That's like the meme is like Lysithea walks up and has dark spikes. I'm telling you, Hilda can do the same. Actually, Edelgard can do the same. She can just walk up and tank the Death Knight. I will say also on Edelgard's route, it's the one route where if you choose it, you are going to lose the possibility of having certain people on your team. It's going to be mostly like you're going to get some of the older people. You can't have Cyril. You're not going to have Flayn. They're not going to come with her for obvious reasons. You're probably going to have a smaller team. So actually recruiting widely is in your best interest, just because you won't have auto recruits that you otherwise would have. This is future me here editing. I didn't even mention that on Edelgard's route, you get Juriza. So one of the things you also want to do is recruit Mercedes to get all of the supports between the two of them. Playing as Claude, you have some things in your favor. He's gonna set up traps and things, and so you're usually in the advantage. When you play as Edelgard, you are fighting an uphill battle. She's having her worst time. She is trying so hard, and you guys are really struggling. All the other routes, it seems like she's just coming in as a wave. In her route, you guys are struggling and you're doing your best. Really, if you want to get deep into the kind of why of the game, Edelgard's route is really good. The opposite one is taking the church route. And it's going to kind of hurt. You're going to lose Edelgard and you're going to lose Hubert. And it's weird. It's weird not to have one of the house leaders. If you've played the other routes and now you're up to the church route, it's very bizarre. And I wouldn't say you learn too much more. One of the things I felt the church route did for me was reinforce Edelgard being right. And I'm gonna say this as someone who thinks Rhea is the creepiest bitch. Oh my god, that lady's crazy. I could not get behind Rhea. I tried so hard. I thought, oh, in the church route, I'm gonna be behind her 100%. I'm gonna trust her. No, it like undermined that. If you're expecting the church route to come and like explain everything for you and like you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Rhea was right all along. No, Rhea be crazy. Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. Sedith becomes then kind of the house leader. He's gonna be the one who's talking to you about everything. When I played the church route, I had my only death. I feel so bad. Actually, I'm gonna just vent to you about it. I mean, it's super easy in this game to not let people die. You just reverse time. They made it so easy, but I was always the type who, if somebody died, restart chapter. Can't let them die. Somehow, I don't know what happened. I wasn't really paying attention. I was working on a different video and playing Fire Emblem at the same time. Don't know what happened. Dorothea died. I didn't notice during the chapter. Didn't notice. Saved probably like 3 times. And then I couldn't find her the next day at the monastery. And it dawned on me what happened. And I was devastated. So the church route is a little bit spoiled for me because she was so strong. Dorothy is so strong. Give her a sword and some magic and girl is gonna kick some butt. The church route is interesting because you learn quite a bit about your own character's backstory. But where you're really going to learn about Blythe's backstory is in the side quest. You're going to get an awful lot of the missing pieces. The worst one being that you're canon 21, so don't be dating any of these young children. Your options are Catherine or Shamir now, or like Sedith or one of the older teachers. I think Sylvain is older than most of the other ones. Maybe he's okay. Some of these people are way too young for you. You be watching out. Don't you be being a pedophile. You're 21 in this game. Apparently now. You can't pretend you might be 16, which is what the game was initially trying to do. They somehow chose my favorite characters. You get to bring along, you have the 3 house leaders, and then you bring along, I don't know if it changes, but a Lindhart, who's a very decent healer, especially early on. Hilda, who obviously is the best tank, and then Ash, who I think is the best archer. So you bring them all along and you're going to be facing and then joining with the Ashen Wolves. And they're a lot of fun. There's some different classes, and once you've played through that, you unlock the different classes that you can then use, and you unlock the characters. On this route, it is probably the least well written. It's written like it's a side story. It's a very like simple format. You kind of, if you're pretty in tune with video game bad guys, you're gonna figure out who the bad guy is kind of early on. I had creepy man vibes. There's a bit of a Snape thing going on. It's fun though. You learn a lot about your backstory. So recap. Do Golden Deer first. Baseline. Don't start with the Blue Lions. You're not going to play any other routes after that. That's going to be it for you because you're going to be depressed. Don't start with Edelgard. You're diving in too deep. You're not going to appreciate some of the nuances in the other ones because you know too much. Start with the Golden Deer. Definitively, that is the route that you should start with. And I'm going to be honest, I think they meant for you to go that way because they made Claude the hottest. Claude is by far the hottest house leader. That is the whole reason that I chose that route, completely on accident. They make it sound like it's all going to be equal, but then they're like, here are these other two, and then Claude, and you're like, whoo, boy. That is it for my discussion today. Leave any comments you have down below. Subscribe if this isn't the kind of content that you like, because I don't typically talk about video games, even though Fire Emblem has been my life recently. If you're usually here for all of the writing and poetry related videos or the vlogs or anything like that, just know this is where my heart truly lies recently. This is what I'm doing with my time. I am in love with Fire Emblem. It has been so much fun. Please point me to all your exciting Fire Emblem ships in art form, or if you have any really good fanfics, especially if you have a really good Sylvain and Felix fanfic, oh my gosh, point me that direction. That's been it for me today. I will talk to you again soon, probably about more of my normal content, but I would be happy to do more videos about Fire Emblem because it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for watching and good luck to all of us. Bye!